So again, a clause is the smallest grammatical unit that can express a complete thought. So it's about the mind. We are moving towards the mind. The first two levels, the word classes and phrases, were more about grammar, the syntax. And this is about semantics, the meaning. So subject is the person or thing or idea that we are talking about, and predicate is the message about the subject, and we may have optional parts in the sentence. So the very ill patient gave the doctor his test report. This would be enough by itself to be a standard clause. So at this level, we don't care about word classes like nouns, adjectives, verbs, and we don't care about phrases like noun phrases, verb phrases. We only care about the subject and the predicate of the clause. Okay, we move to level 4, the sentence level. This level is very strongly connected to the previous one, the clause level, and we are going to talk about this together. A standard complete English sentence has at least one independent clause. An independent clause is the clause that can stand alone as a sentence. A dependent clause is a clause that provides an independent clause with additional information, but which cannot stand alone as a sentence. Dependent clauses include noun clauses, relative, adjectival clauses, and adverbial clauses. A simple sentence consists of a single independent clause with no dependent clauses. A compound sentence consists of multiple independent clauses with no dependent clauses. These clauses are joined together using conjunctions, punctuation, or both. A complex sentence consists of one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. A compound complex sentence consists of multiple independent clauses, at least one of which has at least one dependent clause. An incomplete sentence does not have a subject and or a predicate. So let's see them one by one. So this will be the first example, a simple sentence. So here up, back, a simple sentence consists of a single independent clause with no dependent clauses. So she went to Ocean Park. This is just one clause. It has a subject, she, and the predicate went to Ocean Park. So this sentence consists of one independent clause. The next example is a compound sentence. So she gambles and she smokes. So again, a complex sentence consists of multiple independent clauses with no dependent clauses. These clauses are joined together using conjunctions, punctuation, or both. So she gambles, it is an independent clause because it can be a sentence. You can just say she gambles, point. And the other one, she smokes, is the same. She smokes. It could be an independent sentence. It's an independent clause and joined together with the word and. It's a conjunction. So two independent clauses are joined together with a conjunction, and we call this compound sentence. Two or more independent clauses are together. Next is the complex sentence. So here, a complex sentence consists of one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. So the example is she eats a lot of vegetables that she usually buys at the market. So she eats a lot of vegetables. It's an independent clause because it could be an independent sentence. But this part, that she usually buys at the market, is not an independent clause. It's a dependent clause. It depends on the first part of the sentence. You cannot say this by itself. It doesn't have any sense. That she usually buys at the market. No meaning. So this is a complex sentence. It has an independent part, the first, and a dependent part, the second one. The next sentence type is the compound complex sentence. Now, here is the definition. A compound complex sentence consists of multiple independent clauses, at least one of which has at least one dependent clause. Wow. So the example, she eats a lot of hamburgers, but her boyfriend, who is more health conscious, never eats junk food. Okay, so it says that two independent clauses. Now, the first one, she eats a lot of hamburgers. It's an independent clause because it could be an independent sentence by itself. Now, the second part is more complex. So look at this. Her boyfriend never eats junk food. So first just ignore this middle part, who is more health conscious. So delete this one. Her boyfriend never eats junk food. This can be an independent sentence, so it's an independent clause. But the middle part, who is more health conscious, is not an independent clause. It's a dependent clause. It depends on the surrounding part, her boyfriend. So actually, who is more health conscious, it functions as a description for her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, who is more health conscious. So it depends on the boyfriend. Okay, so one independent part, a second one, and nested inside the second independent there is a dependent clause. So that's why we call this, it's a compound and complex sentence. And finally, an incomplete sentence doesn't have a subject or and a predicate. So it's just very simple sentence like happy birthday. Just, oh, hello. So there are a lot of sentences like this. They are not standard complete sentences.